Hey dudes, I'm about to take my face off for the day and start all over again and show you how I do my foundation and how I contour. So stay tuned. By the way, the rumors are true. The spice is the life. Okay, now that that's all done and I'm so fresh and so clean, let's get started. Okay, I've got everything laid out and ready to go. First things first, moisturize. When you have a nice clean slate, you need to moisturize. So we will grab my moisturizer, which is the Chanel Anti-Line Repair, because, darling, we've got to fight those crow's feet. I'm no spring chicken, okay? Okay. So just one little squirt, because you don't need too much. I have super duper duper dry skin, so I need more moisturizer and primer than the average individual. It's super combination. It's really dry in spots and really oily in spots. So the struggle's real. Okay. Second up, after you've done that, it's time to prime. I'm old school. Was raised with the mount counter, so I do MAC Prep and Prime. If you've got too much of this, it'll roll up in little balls on your face. One squirt usually is more than enough. Warm it up in your fingers and rub it on your face. Everywhere. Oh, it feels good. Okay, now that we've done that, okay, time to start with the foundation. I apply my foundation with my MAC 193 foundation brush. It's a smaller, narrower tip, and the foundation I'll be using today is the Urban Decay All Nighter. I usually squirt a lot of stuff on the back of my hand. It's something I do. Usually one squirt will do my whole face. I have a lot of redness in my face and a lot of whiteness in my body. So my foundation is very fair because my skin is very fair everywhere else but my face. So my redness struggle is real. I blame my French mother. All right. Now that that's on, we take our trusty beauty blender and we dab away. Dab until we can't dab no more. Dab, 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 dab. Debbie McDabberson. I stay away from the eye socket region because that's where I'm going to put my concealer. And you don't want to over apply because that will cause creasing. And creasing is the devil. We all know that. You know, I say that, not today, Satan. Not today. I should mention that my beauty blender is damp. A damp beauty blender helps with the blending process. Always remembering to blend it with your neck because nobody wants that super sexy 8th grade neckline. That's no go. Remembering to get it by your ears, everywhere. Don't forget the neck pouch. Pouch is important. About that pouch life. Okay. Now that we have this done, we're going to move on to our concealer. And the concealer I love is by Makeup Forever. By the way, my foundation color is like so super light. It's in the lightest they have, which is 0.5, because I'm super pale. I'm like a ghost, darling. And my concealer is by Makeup Forever, and it is Y21. I'll be doing the same application process with the concealer that I do with the foundation. I'll squirt a little bit on the back of my hand, and a little bit of this goes a very long way. And I'll be taking my MAC 193, dipping it in, and applying it. And I'm kind of going in an upside down triangle under my eye, like you kind of would with clown makeup. Going over top of the eye. I put concealer pretty much anywhere I'm going to want to highlight, because it is a considerable amount lighter than my foundation. Alright, take your trusty damp beauty blender and blend away. Alrighty kids, now that we are totally blended, it's time to bake. And in order to bake, you need a good loose powder. My particular favorite is this Clinique powder, which is the redness solutions powder, because like I told you, mama's got redness problems. So for my baking, I use a Chanel number 12. It's got a real fluffy end on it, super fluffy. And just get a good amount on you there, and then go right where your creasing is probably already happening because I'm talking. And you dab a very generous amount wherever you have creasing. I get a lot of creasing under my eye, and I get a lot of creasing in my smile lines. So that's where I will be applying my powder to bake. Alright, so this is what it looks like. It's kind of a hot mess. And you sit like this for about 5 minutes. So I'm going to click off because I'm going to bake, and then I'll click back on when it's time to do the next step. Okay, I'm done baking with my translucent powder. Now I'm going to apply my full foundation powder. And I use a full coverage powder. I use Studio Fix by MAC, and I'm pale, so I use the color C2. It's real light. And I use the MAC Kabuki brush. And we just go all over. Using a brush instead of the sponge on the inside is better for a number of reasons. The sponge on the inside of the case, this little guy right here, is good to use when you're on the go, like in the car, or need a little touch up throughout the day. But you should always apply your powder with a brush. That way, you're not using too much. Gives you a nice thin coat. Also, you don't get that really gross film that ends up on your powder that you have to scratch off. It's totally gross if you use your sponge too much. That's the oils from your face getting on your powder, and it's totally nasty. So, you don't want that. So, always use a brush. Okay, now that the powder is on, it's time to contour, baby. I like the NYX Pro Contour Palette. It's the bomb. You can get them at like Ulta for like 14 bucks. Can you beat that with a stick? I don't think so. Today for contouring, I'm going to be using the MAC 183. Girl, the thing is so old. I don't even know if you can still see that. Girl, it is old. This brush has been through thick and thin with me. And I'm going for the like medium dark color, which is called Toffee. Okay. And how I prefer to contour is to use a skinny loose brush, and I'm going to go from the ball of my ear, this thing right here, and I'm going to go where those lines are when you suck your cheeks in. You remember when your mom was doing her makeup when you were like 5 and she's like all sitting there in the chair and she's doing this? And you're like, why is she doing that face? It's because she was contouring, darling. Now you know. You always want to go heavier towards your ear and lighter with the application towards your face. I like a more pronounced contour than some. Have to drag it out, darling. And you'll be doing this exact thing on every point you want to create a false shadow. So if you're like me and you're born with this fabulous double chin action, you contour your neck, honey. Start at the base of your chin and go your jawline. Oh my God, my dog. Hush. Always starting with a smaller amount, because building is always better than having to take some off. Having to take it off is like you got to start your face all over, and that's no good. And boom, jawline. So now we're going to the other side of my face. Remember, little swirling motions, heaviest towards the ball of your ear, going towards the inner corner of your mouth, but not all the way down. Hell, I'm having to scratch my dog the whole time I'm doing this because she's making noises. Alright, now I like to create a little depth on my temple as well. But going very lightly up there and on my hairline, but not going crazy. Alright. Now we're taking a Chanel 226 blending brush. And I'm going to contour the inside of my nose. Going right at the ridge. Boom. Just soft little strokes. Alright, now that this is done, you take your face powder again and your powder brush again, and you go over to set it. Go over on top. Okay. Now we're going to highlight, darling. The highlighter we'll be using is from the next kit, and it is that color right there. Boom, boom, boom. It's gorgeous. It's super pretty. It's called Ice Queen. Work, bitch, Ice Queen. I like to use this stiff little MAC brush. It is a MAC 130 SE. I don't know if you can see that. Just dab it in there. And you should always contour right here and not right here. If you contour right here, not contour, I'm sorry. If you highlight right here, it's gonna make you look sweaty, and that's gross. You want it to look like you're glistening and glowing like an angel. That's gonna be on the side, like where your light hits, not on your cheeks. That's where your blush goes. So, you don't wanna do that. So just take a little bit. Yes, batch. And a little of this goes a very long way. You put a little on your Cupid's bow. That's this little thing right here. Not too much. You don't want to look like you've been doing bad things with a Tin Man. A little bit on your chin. A little above your eyebrows. Take your finger and go in the roof of your nose. Yes, bitch, highlighted for filth. Alright, now I'm going to do my blush. My favorite blush in the whole wide world is discontinued, and I'm gonna flip out like the day I can get some more. Like, I've been hunting it down on eBay for like my whole life since I bought it the first time, and I actually found some like last week, and then, you know, I was poor and didn't have a job then, but now I've got one. Yay, jobs! So maybe, hopefully, it'll still be there and I can buy it again. It's called Unconventional. Look how old it is. Girl, it is old. It is old. It's so old I can't even hardly read it anymore, but it's called Unconventional. It's by MAC, and it's this like flawless, awesome, weird lavender color. It's all shimmery. It's the greatest ever. It looks really good with the contour and with the highlight. So I take the same brush that I use to highlight, and I put it in there. And I go right on the apples of my cheeks. Spatch. I freaking love this stuff. I can't get enough of it. Freaking bathe in it. Okay. And now that that's done, my foundation, contour, highlight, and blush is done. Alright guys, I hope it was informative. If there's anything that I forgot to tell you guys, just go ahead and put it in the comments so that way I can you know, edit to make my next video better. If you have anything that you want to ask, just throw it down there and I will answer ASAP. Alright, thanks. Bye guys. Okay, here's like an up close view and some better lighting. Look at that highlight, bitch. Yes. It is all about the highlight. Alright, happy contouring.